Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This time I'm going to talk about how to. I'm just going to take a break from the designing of the boats, and I'm going to talk about Helical Bevel gear. And this is thanks to Ryan. He just reminded me. I wanted to make this video for a long time. I have seen a lot of people struggling with this, and I'm going to show you a really nice technique, relatively simple. Obviously there are many of them out there, but I'm gonna show you mine. And yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy it and you can use it. And so it's gonna give you just an inspiration. And obviously, hopefully you have the right size and dimension and everything, so you can test it yourself. And yeah, and from now on, basically what I'm gonna do is, after I'm gonna show you, I'm also gonna add a link in the comment to the file, so you can download it and play with it, and you can see exactly how I did it. You can just reverse engineer it. So and not only that, what I'm also gonna show you is how you can create an animation out of it, so you can see how it's moving and everything, like this. And it's yeah, it works really nice, and it's perfectly synced also. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do that as well. It's very simple. So yeah, let's start. Okay, so I'm just gonna scroll all the way to the beginning here. There is no point basically to start the sketch from the beginning. What you can do now is just gonna scroll like this. So now you can just freeze the video. You can copy the sketch here with all the dimension and everything. Just don't want to waste time, because this profile, just imagine when you have a gear, you just cut it in half, and that's the profile. That's how it looks like. And so just I don't know exactly what profile do you want, so you can just sketch the one that you want with the also the right angle for the cylinders. This here, you can see it's a 90-degree. Okay, so maybe yours is going to be less, so you're going to do it less degrees. Okay, and so I'm just going to show you just typical one, transferring the energy, the power for one to another 90 degrees angle, but it works exactly the same for all the other angles, so no issue with that. So you froze it, and now you're back. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start, just let me turn this back on. We're gonna start by using the revolve tool, and which one you choose, the top one or the bottom one, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna use this one here, and you'll see in a moment what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna take those two here, and I'm gonna select this line here as my axis center. I'm gonna click OK. Now I'm gonna create a new component, and here I'm gonna call it small gear. Now I'm not gonna copy the sketch from the other one, from the first one to this one. There is no point. If you want, you can do it. You can draw it from the beginning. But in this example, I thought about maybe it's gonna be just a waste of time, so I'm just gonna borrow the sketch from the big one. And okay, you can see here I've made a mistake. I forgot to activate gear 1. So the body actually been created at the top root component. So just remember to activate the component that you're working on. So I'm just gonna drag it and drop it here. It's not gonna let me. Let's just see here if I need to activate this one maybe. Okay, it's not gonna allow me, so I'm just gonna go back and try it again. Remember, activate it. Okay, so here again, I'm gonna select these two here, select the center, it's this one here, and we click OK. And again, we're just gonna create a new component. Small gear. Good. So as I said before, I'm just gonna borrow this profile here, the top one. Again, we're gonna go to the revolve, and I'm just gonna choose this one here at the top. So the small gear, it's like kissing the other one here, but don't worry, we are going to, you're gonna understand everything why I did it like this, because from the big gear here, the large gear, I'm going to cut the profile and of the tooth, and from the small gear, I'm going to create a tooth for it. Okay. And in a moment, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. And it's very, very simple. I didn't hit it correctly. Here we go. So now we have like two gears. Basically, you know, they are touching each other. Okay, good. Now we are going to work on the gear, but we need to first create the path that we're going to use for the gear. As you've seen, it's kind of with an angle. And so we're going to create it on the large gear. This one we can just turn off for now. Now the best way I found, instead of, you know, using a construction line, you know, on a tangent plane, blah blah, I don't know, it didn't work out as I wanted. So what I'm gonna use, I'm just gonna use, you know, the normal planet angle. And I'm gonna use this one here, which is close to the surface here. I'm just gonna put 90 degrees, as you can see here. It's touching. And we're gonna click OK. Now we can just turn off the sketch, and I'm gonna select it, right click on it, and create sketch. So you can see we're right in the center. Everything looks really, really nice. So now we're going to take the arc 3 point. Yeah, that's what I did, and pretty simple. And we're just gonna draw something like that. And I'm just gonna give some dimensions. I'm gonna give it, let's just see, 33.782, but it can be any dimension you basically want. And don't worry about this. I know it looks kind of whoa, what's going on and everything, but don't worry. So first I'm going to make a vertical, you know, constraint between this one and this one. It's very important. And next I am going to create a vertical constraint between the midpoint of this arc and our origin here. Good. Now the distance is going to be between this point and this point. It's going to be 2.5, like this. Now this one we can just, you know, make it shorter. Let's see. Can make it just a little bit shorter. I don't need it that long. So yeah, I think here it's okay. It's fine. I can live with that. And yeah, so here we basically created the path that we're gonna use, and you're gonna see in a moment how. Now we're going to the construction plane, and we're gonna choose plane along path. So we're gonna use this one. Make sure that it's at the beginning. If you are changing, it sometimes can change, you know, the shape also, but you can play with that and see if it makes any difference for you. And now we're gonna click OK. We go into this plane, right click and create sketch. Now that, just don't let it confuse you, you know, this is like a little bit, you know, it's not straight, so don't worry about it. So we're going to draw a line here. Now we're working on the profile of the tooth, okay? So we're going to go to the midpoint because I wanted to create it right here in the middle. And yeah, we're gonna create now another line, smaller one right here. Click OK, and I'm going to create a vertical here between this middle and this middle. I want to make sure it's always in the middle, and I'm just going to create a line from here to here and another one from here to here, so everything is equal. And yeah, we're gonna start to put some dimensions. 10 millimeters, that's good. Now from here to here, it's gonna be 9 millimeters. Again, it's up to you, the sizes. It's just something that I've tested before, and it works really nice. The bottom here, it's gonna be 5 millimeters. And now we're going to create fillets. Normally we're using features to create the fillets, not so much in the sketch or the geometry. Try to avoid that, but in this case I'm allowing myself to do it, and you can also allow yourself to do it, but it's again up to you how you're gonna do it. And this point here and this point here, and it's going to be 2 millimeters. And I guess that's it. That's our profile, and we can shape it later on if we need to. If you want to make it round, you can use for example the 3-point arc, or yeah, even if you want to go even more wild with it, you can just go with the spline. So yeah, so we can stop the sketch. So now we have our profile and we have our path. Just need to turn our body back on. And yes, so here the fun starts. Now we are going to leave it as it is here, and we're going to the sweep command. We choose this profile and this path. Boom, we cut it. Make sure it's on the perpendicular, okay, and not parallel. And make sure that it's on perpendicular. And you click OK, and here we go. That looks really, really nice and clean cut we've got here. Next, we are going to, again, we're going to use these 2 sketches on the small gear. I don't want to redo it, waste of time. And so what I'm going to do here now is, again, we're going to the sweep. Choose this profile, select path, and look at that. Looks really, really nice. But there are some work to do here. I'm gonna leave it as a new body, okay? Make sure, and it's also perpendicular. And if you want to see how it looks, it's a little bit hard to see it right now, but you're gonna see it in a moment, because now we need to cut all those excess. It's extremely simple. We're just going on to the split body. We choose this one, and the split tool, it's going to be this face here, and we cut it. Then again, right click, split body. Now we are working on this side here, and we're choosing this face here, and here we go. I'm just gonna select this one and hit the V on the keyboard to hide them. We don't need them anymore. But are we done? No, because it's not 100% touching each other, of course, because this one is a flat one, straight, and it's not round, so it can fit on this face. So what are we going to do? Very simple. Basically, we can already now turn these 2 sketches off, and we can just go into the press pull and look for the face here. If you want, make it easy on us, we can just go in here. Turn this one off for a moment, then you can turn this back on. Now we just need to push it just enough, so it's going to be, everything is going to be inside, okay, like that, something like that, and we click OK, and look at that. Looks really, really nice. Next, we are going to combine it together. This is our tool body, and this is target, and this is the tool body, and we don't want to keep, we just joint, and we click OK. So here we got our first tooth, and we also have the other side. So let's see them, both of them together, how it looks. You see it fits perfectly, exactly how we want it. More precise than this you're not gonna get. I don't think so. Next, what we are going to do, because we need to create some clearance, we need to do it now before we're going to start, you know, multiplying everything around. Now you can shave the amounts that you want for both sides. For example, if we want, let's just say here, we're going to the press pull again. We're going to select those faces because we're going to shave from everything, new offset. We're gonna say, let's just say minus, if I want on and all, minus, to give a clearance of 0.4 millimeters. So I'm gonna shave from here 0.2, click OK. You can always test and see if it's okay, you know. And then I can go in and turn this one off and make sure there are no glitches here. Everything looks really, really nice. Go to the press pull here, select all those faces, make sure it's a new offset, and again minus 0.2, and turn it back on, and here you go. So it's like equal both sides. Or you can also, you know, if you don't want to write anything, you can always go in here and to then create some kind of a parameter, so you can just use that. And yeah, I like it. I don't know what about you, but it looks really nice. So we can start, we're almost basically done. So nothing much left to do. It's just, you know, use the pattern. We're gonna go to the circular pattern, make sure that it's on faces, and gonna select all those faces and select the axis. Doesn't matter which of them, and I'm gonna give it 21. It fits really nice over here. There are some websites where you can go and you know, make all the calculation that you need, or maybe you already have, you know, everything what you're gonna need, the amount, so you can do it yourself. Of course, it also depends on the size and everything. So, but you know, it's the same. It doesn't matter which size is it. And so here we finish with this one, and we can just, you know, work on the let me just see where this here, the center. Here we can just, you know, give them some fillets on both sides. You can also give it 2 millimeters, and here we can just go into the sorry, circular pattern, and we can choose feature. Let's see if it's gonna work. Sometimes it's working, sometimes not. Yeah, God knows. I'm just gonna choose this one. How many? 21. And we hit OK. And it worked fine. Excellent. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to move to the small gear. Okay, we can just turn this one off for a moment, and we are going to, everything looks really nice here. If I want, I can also create some fillets here, you know. I don't know, let's make some fillets here, see how it's going to be, and give it also maybe 2. And so we go into the pattern, circular pattern. I'm gonna choose faces. I want all of these faces. And we're gonna select an axis, and we're gonna start scroll up. I already know how much I need, but I can show you if you're not sure how much you need. So it's quite easy to figure it out. You can just turn the other one on and then just add until you see it fits. Okay, if I'm gonna add another one, you can see it doesn't really fit. It starts cutting into the other teeth, and so I know it's need to be on 12, and just click OK, and you can always go to the roots and you can see exactly how it looks. and if it's enough. If not, you can just another add or remove one if it's too many. Okay, so as you can see, perfect match. And yeah, basically this is it. That's the magic. And those axes, you can just, select them and right click and choose remove, not delete, remove, because they are still here in the past. Okay, we just remove them from the future. That's all. I'm just gonna delete everything I did before. And yeah, see, because if I'm going back, I regret it, I need them, or the system need them, it's still in the past, so there is no problem. So remember that. Okay, so now they are basically, we finished with them, we're happy, and now we want to animate them or create, the joints and see how they work. So let's create the joints. In order for creating the joints, as you probably know, you need to create one component needs to be static, but in our like grounded. In our situation here, we have two components and they need to move. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna create a dummy component. I'm just gonna call it dummy comp. And this, sorry for my spelling here, I don't know. Yeah, if you call it like this or some other way. Anyway, now this dummy component, the easiest way I found is to create joint origin. If you never understand what you're gonna need the joint origin for, this is one of the things that you can use it for, okay? But there is a lot of things you can use the joint origin for. This is one of them. So we're going to create a joint origin here, and right click, repeat, and another one here, drag it out. You don't have to, but I want to. And the next thing we're gonna do, and don't forget to right click on this one and hit the ground. Now we can just go into the, back to the root component, as-built joint, of course, and set it onto Revolute. We're gonna choose this component and the dummy component here from the browser, because here we don't really have anything to choose from. And then we're gonna select here the center, and it's turning. And we're doing the same thing for the other one. I'm gonna choose this component and the dummy component and make sure it's on Revolute and click OK. So we have one turning and the other one turning as well. What are we doing? How can we animate them? So some of you maybe knows about it or not. You can use the motion link. Basically, we're creating a link between two joints. So one joint doing something, the other one is gonna doing something else, okay? Or the same. It can move, for example, vertically or horizontally while the other one is turning, for example. You can use it many ways. But here we're going to, the one turning, the other one is also gonna turn. So we're gonna go to the joints, we're gonna select one joint, the second one, they're against each other, and we hit the reverse, okay? But the issue here, as you can see, it's not in sync. So how can we sync it? Well, it's very simple. I don't know if I should tell you this secret. Just kidding. It's about ratio, but in this case, it's about the teeth ratios. So you just need to know how many tooth you have here below and how many in the big one and the large one, divide them, and then you know how much. So I know here down below I have 21 teeth. I'm dividing it by 12, so I got 1.75. okay, and that 1.75 I multiplied by 360 and I got 630, which means that it's how many rounds the small gear is gonna turn when the large gear is finished 360. It's like in the bicycle. So we're going back, we're going on to the edit feature. So this is the small one. So as far as I remember. And so here we're gonna write 630. Okay, so let's just see if I did it correctly. If I'm gonna turn this one, yeah, I did it correctly. So now you can see it's moving perfectly in sync. It was very simple, easy, fast. So you just need to, you know, measure the teeth. Okay, it's nothing to do with you know, the size of the gears. You know, I forgot the names now. Very not good. Let's just see here. It's, yeah, the diameter. So you don't need to do ratios and diameter. You just need to divide the teeth. Okay, and that's it. So you saw how I did it, and multiply it, of course, by 360. And yeah, this is it. And you can create basically with this technique, you can create any kind of shape for the teeth. You can play with it. You can do the same technique with those, you know, it goes like this here, you know, like a V shape. You can use the same technique, almost any kind, I think. It's quite simple. If not, then let me know and give me a challenge, and I'll see if I can help you with that. Okay, but don't worry, I'm gonna add the file as well to the comments, and I'm gonna add also another link to another website where you can read a little bit, some kind of a PDF document, I think it is. You can read more about the gears and the ratios and the type of gears and so on if you want to learn a little bit more. And yep, and that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's helped you and you like this technique. And again, I apologize for those of you who have been waiting for the next video regarding the boats and everything, and how to turn 3D into 2D faces. I'm still working on it. It's a special plugin for Fusion. I'm not gonna do anything yet until I'm feeling comfortable, because as you know me, I like to go into detail and to explain everything. I'm not there yet, but I will be there. I don't know exactly when. I'm starting a new job next week, so I'm gonna be busy, and after that I'm going on a holiday for 2 weeks, so it's probably going to be in the end of April or something like that. And yeah, so until then, if you have any kind of a wish, if you want me to show something that it's going to be beneficial to everyone, for example like this one here, and so let me know, put it in the comments, send me a message, and yeah, I'll probably make a tutorial like this one here. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up or down and give me, you know, your feedback if you like it or didn't like it and why and so on. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.